Alright, a bit more footage of the jungle Enduro. We've got a fair bit on here. We've got river crossings, some nice fire trails, some tight single track, and then we come across a few curlies as well. Have a look. I'll admit here, if you rode this track just once beforehand, you could probably actually pin it, because the conditions through here are pretty good, and it's, it's a single track, but there's no steep cliffs, it's not too loose. It's actually really fun, but we're just staying with the group for now. And this here is not a track. This is where they say in the morning, we'll hit a new track. And you know that's going to be trouble. We did this a few times. Eddie would say, new track, new track. You think, what are we in for? We did it a few times, got turned around. There was landslides. A lot of trails cut off, so we did new tracks. Paid off sometimes. Definitely had its times where it wasn't beneficial for bike or rider, that's for sure. So you'll notice I'm kind of behind, sort of mid-pack a lot of the time. And the reason for this is, being a younger rider, we've got guys who have been riding for 20, 30 years on this tour. Some of the guys are 50, 53, and smash sort of hard enduro, this similar sort of terrain, not desert sort of stuff. So just watching them, learning heaps from them. The guy on the left there in the orange helmet, that's Nick. I learned a lot from him. He's incredibly skillful with this sort of terrain. This is a lot of what he does over in New Zealand. So yeah, sort of took the opportunity to learn a lot over the tour. Happened quite a lot where we come across these water buffalo type things, not too sure. Huge horns on them, super placid. I'm not sure if anyone knows where they are or owns them. There's no gates or bells on them, but they're just hanging out near these sorts of tracks, and where there's a low point and the water sort of sits, they bathe in that, and that's where the leeches are really concentrated. So you drive through, you get leeches on you, but also the stench of the water, you won't forget. It gets in your gear and you're riding with that for the rest of your day. Do not advise. Open faster fire trails, they look pretty good, but you can tell where it's sort of darker and mossy, it's super greasy. So off the throttle, just don't pepper it, or you'll come unstuck. But it's also, where it is good terrain, it's really good to catch a break, because obviously you can't tell, but we're talking 32 degrees, no wind, 10 kilo gear on you, and 80% humidity. You know, I'm used to the heat being in South Australia, but it just hits different. You know, you're punching sort of 12 litres of water with hydrolytes a day, and still we had people going down. It was pretty harsh out there. So this is always good for a break, these sorts of runs. Now, who I just passed there is Peng. He's a 65-year-old guide on the tour, and his responsibility is more or less to get us out of trouble. He's not the best rider, but he's been riding for years in this area, northern Thailand. So whenever anyone gets lost or we need to make a new track, yep, he'll find them. But also, if anything ever gets stolen or goes missing when we're at our hotels, they call Pang. Pang calls his network of riders and people in the industry, and they're not joking, that he'll find it within half an hour. He's an insanely connected fella in northern Thailand and knows exactly where the ride's at. And here it looks like we've got young Nate. He's binned it. Young Nate goes, he's the youngest one on the tour. He goes pretty hard. He runs a gas 300 smoker at home. Come gutter a couple of times, but he's pushing it. It's good to see. And he was alright, so that's the main thing. Now here we've pulled up to just somewhere off the fire trails, if we're calling them that, to a village way up north in Mae Hong Son district. And there's this festival, the whole village and some. The road's blocked, people got the drums and the instruments going. It's, I don't know, it could be a wedding or a cultural event, we're not sure. Being this far north, nobody really spoke English. You get the English-speaking Thais in the cities, obviously, and bigger villages, but this is really remote and nobody speaks English. So we sort of just went with it, tried not to intrude as much and get out of there. But they were having a lot of fun. It was cool. It was cool. Straight back into these sort of single tracks. This was just the best fun, like a couple of steep drop-offs to the left of you. You know, you might come up to a few steep cliffs, but we're sort of all really comfortable now and confident. We don't always know where we're going, but we know we're in good hands. And then we come up to a riverbed down here, and we have a good spat before hitting the bitumen again and heading to a hotel for a few hard-earned beverages. And on these sandy sections, riverbeds, river rocks, you can really notice the weight of the CRF 300L, or Rally rather. It just sinks. If you're on a 450 Kato, it'd probably be pretty buttery and get that speed up, but they're just a bit different. Alright, that's pretty much wrap up for this footage. We'll get one more video out there of Thailand Enduro and then get back to Oz. Cheers.